Hello, vinyl community. This is Tim Eaton with Vinyl Vengeance. I'm going to share out some recent records that I've gotten this week. Uh, got a package from my buddy Ron Haggerty. This will be, I think, the fourth round of purchases that I've made from him, who's been selling some of his collection. So, going to start off. I've already opened up the package, so I've got the records ready to quickly share out. And then I've also got a purchase that I made from Shadow Kingdom Records, and share those out, and maybe one or two others that I've gotten in the last week. So, without any further ado, um, this is a new band for me. Familiar name only. I know that they are, thrash from Ireland, which you're not going to find too many. Not only thrash bands, just metal bands in general from Ireland. I've got a few. Might be sharing some of those in the coming weeks, not next week, but sometime. And so, yeah, this is Gamma Bomb, and it is Sea Savage, which is one of their later albums, not their newest one, but I think right before that one. So this was a 2020 release on Prosthetic Records, which is, I believe, distributed here in the United States. And the color is they call it the sea blue. I guess kind of goes with the sea monster theme there on the cover. So this will be my first time listening to this band. So that was a more recent band. Some of the other purchases, or the other purchases I got from Ron, or some groups from further back. This one, I guess, does get lumped in with metal, maybe more melodic, power metal, traditional metal. I do have one of their other albums. I've got Point Blank, which I believe is their third studio album. And I'm talking about Bonfire. This is their first Don't Touch the Light. This is a U.S. press, RCA Records, released in 1986. We'll come to find out a little bit of research on this one. The track order is not the same as the original German release. Not sure. I would imagine this is probably also released and pressed in England, the UK, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, different song order here, and the final track on the B side is not on this one. It was titled LA. I would imagine Los Angeles. I don't know. Haven't heard the song, so this will be my first time listening to the album. But yeah, if I like it enough, I might try and track down this, maybe a CD. Pretty certain this one was repressed recently, maybe an anniversary pressing, and on CD. So might try and track that down. All right, the next band is out of the UK. I believe they're an English band. The only thing I have from them is a promotional 7-inch single. So I'm not super familiar with their music. I would imagine they're kind of in the vein of Bon Jovi Europe. And this is their first release, also on RCA Records, and that is Shy. And this is Brave the Storm. So maybe more melodic, hard rock. And it's like 5 tracks on side A and 4 tracks on side B. As far as I know, this is a U.S. pressing on RCA. There shouldn't be any major difference between this and the Euro pressings. Along with that, I also picked up I believe their second release, and that is Access All Areas, which I believe the song that I have on the 7-inch comes from this release. This is also RCA, and 1987. So those of you that are listen to this band, you know anything about them, good, bad, in between, in the middle, if you want to share out. I really don't know much about them. I don't know if they're still together. I know that they had other releases past their 80s stuff, but I don't know if they've done anything, let's say, in the last 20 years. And the last purchase I got from Ron, after I got it and did some did some searching online, found out something about this album that I did not know already. It is one that I have on CD, never had a vinyl copy, and this is Whitesnake's Come and Get It, and it is a promo copy. So Ron's been selling some of his stuff for pretty cheap, $5. And if it's something that's valued more, uh, much like the Gamma Bomb, he's asking a little bit more, but he's selling stuff at a good cost. And so I got this one for $5, and I was like, I really don't care that it's got the sticker on it. And I usually look for promos. A lot of times they'll have the promo stamp on the back. But so with a little bit of research, come to find out, the U.S. pressings of this record had altered artwork. And I think in my last video, I was talking about that with the Scorpions. We all know a lot of the Scorpion stuff was censored here in the United States. Well, so was this album cover. I'm not going to say what's censored. For those of you watching, you can comment. You probably know. I can't believe I didn't know. That's something I should have. I don't know. I should have found out by now, but sometimes it takes a while to you just miss out on things. So great condition for that cover and the record too, and I can't wait to give this one a spin. I love the early, and when I say early, I mean like pre-84 Whitesnake releases. I love the poppier hair metal stuff too, but I really gravitate more towards the earlier stuff. All right, Shadow Kingdom. I got three from them, and then familiar with their records. This is their first, I believe. No, they had a full length, and then they came out with this EP, and they had 2 other full length albums that are, I would say, revered for power. I don't know, power metal, traditional metal. Again, European band. And I'm really not super familiar with them. I've got their most recent release, which was released on the same label here, which is, of course, it's not going to tell me on the cover. Let's see. No Remorse. No Remorse Records, and they do a fantastic job with represses. So this is a single black vinyl. I do believe there's another variant in color, but what's cool about this, besides this really nice booklet, is that it came with also a CD, and there's tracks on the CD that are not on the record, and there's one track on the vinyl that was not originally included with the original EP press. And so I guess the band had originally wanted it on there. I don't know whose decision it was to leave it off, but so this is their original plan for the album has been released through this. And this is I think a 2024 repress from their original 1981 vinyl. Next up, same country, Sweden. Traditional metal, but probably a little harder edged than Heavy Load, because these guys are a band from the 2000s, and I first was introduced to them on a Swedish comp that I have with a bunch of other great bands. I'll have to pull that one out for another video, but it is the band Ram. Traditional metal. And this is obviously a repress. It's been repressed a bunch on High Roller, but this is the most recent, 2024. It is their first album, Forced Entry. I do have their second album, and this one is a cool red and white splatter, which I can pull out, share. So yeah, kind of goes good with the cover. And yeah, just great band. Look forward to hearing that. Would like to try and grab some of their more recent stuff if I come across them. Next up, a band that I have a bunch from, and those of you into thrash and speed will know this band from Canada, from Canada, Razor. And this is Escape the Fire. This is not a new studio album from them. This was released in 2021, or at least this pressing is from then, but it is actually demos from '84. So it's demo material from their first full length. And this is a cool dual color, and then it's got orange splatter on it. I got some light behind that, it would show a little bit better. But so yeah, it's not one of those 2-song, 3-song demos. This was a full length album. I believe most or all of those tracks I think showed up on their first LP, which is one of the ones I don't have. So actually, I think it's kind of cool. Get to listen to this and then hopefully track down their first full length. All right, so that was the cool stuff from Shadow Kingdom. Now some other things I've gotten in the mail this past week. This one I showed online on Facebook, and I've got an OG copy of this. Reach for the Sky was the first CD that I purchased when CDs first became available, and I started getting into collecting them. I can remember going to the store with my father, and it was I don't know why. It was just there's plenty of other options, but I hadn't heard anything from it. Loved Rat, especially from the '84, '85, and so yeah, this one I got at a good price, white vinyl, and sounds good. I think it sounds every bit as good as the OG copy I have. I know this is not necessarily a fan favorite, but for me, I put this one number 2 in their catalog. Warren's guitar playing, there's some great shredding on, maybe not shredding, but guitar licks, and just I love the playing on it. The songs, I can sing along to them. I know the lyrics. So number 2 for me in the Rat catalog. Next up is a band that Ron Haggerty is really big into. He is one of his favorites, or his favorite, and digging into a few albums that I've been missing in my collection. And I love music on vinyl. The UK company, I've not gotten a bad pressing from them, and usually if you get the early pressings, you get a color copy, and you're not going to be able to see it, but usually, or maybe a little bit, there's a stamp there, so they're limited. You get your limited number on there, and so this is Forever Free by Saxon, which this is a 2024 pressing, originally released in 1992. So this is as they were starting to get out of some of that late 80s slump that they were in. I don't think I'm familiar with any of the tracks on here, so this will be a new listen for me. Unless any of the songs show up on some of the live material I have, but don't think so. So looking forward to that. And let's see, to wrap things up, I was going to here just share out. So not a record, but a CD. I've got this on record, but when I was looking to get my hands on a copy of Megadeth's new album on CD with a bonus track, it was Target that was selling that. And when I was looking on Target, I noticed that there was a pressing of Judas Priest Invincible Shield that had some bonus tracks on it that are not on the vinyl copy that I have. So I had to grab this. I mean, I can't be missing any Priest material. So there are 3 bonus tracks: Fight for Your Life in 4 minutes 15 seconds, Vicious Circle looks like 3 minutes or 3:09, and then The Lodger 3 minutes and 46. So a good little bonus added on to a very good modern Priest record, their newest. So there you go. That's my update for now. For those of you that are bored tomorrow evening and you're not into American football, or you could care less about the Super Bowl, me And Tim and George and Tim's wife are going to be doing a track by track ordering of Rust in Peace Megadeth's classic. So if you've got nothing going on, we'll be doing that live. Hope you'll hop on board and watch, or you can watch it on the replay anytime. Thank you for those that support the channel. Thank you for giving likes or just commenting. And hope you have a great weekend. God bless. Be well.